Well, hey guys, and welcome again to Into the Night.
And
Ben,
it is into the night.
it is night time. It is probably starting to get a bit late, but anyway, better things happen late at night.
Or it's when you get more, start throwing around some silly ideas.
When you start getting tired. But anyway, we were just doing a review on this is a CV Life torch with a laser in it, and we started comparing it with a few other torches I had, and got the crazy idea. Let's bring them all out and do a video for you to sort of compare them, show you them all side by side, and see how they compare in the dark. So I'll just go through. There's a fair list of them here, so I'll just quickly try and run through if I can remember them off the top of my head. This one here is from Infraray, which is just a freebie they gave me for being part of the Mr. Infraray team. This one here is the CV Life one I did a review on before. It doesn't really have a name, I don't think. This one here is another no brand one, cheap one off eBay for about $20, which is
where you started.
It's where I started. These were my really good torches back in the day. Yeah. This one here is the Claris XT12 GT Pro. No, XT12 GT Pro torch. Get the numbers right. This one here is the Olight Javelot TAC. This is the Olight Javelot Mini, so they're both the same torch in a different body. So that one you can attach it to a pick rail and stuff to put on your rifle.
Is that M-LOK as well? No?
Yeah, no, they come in. There's the mount goes on the gun. It'll attach. Either you can get an M-LOK one or a Picatinny one, and then that'll slide into the rail.
And that slides into it. Yeah.
It's in there as a room, but anyway, that one there is the Olight Javelot, which I did a review on just the other week. Here's the Warrior X4, the Warrior X Turbo, the Acebeam L19-2, the Acebeam T27, the Olight Javelot Turbo. These two are just red lights, cheap ones off eBay. This one here is a Z-Vision red torch, but it's got the Z-Vision JP303, I think it's the model is, and it's got a red, white and green pill, so you can just change the pill by turning that knob on there. So Eagle Eye Hunting Gear sent me that one out to review. So we've got this one here is the Sofren IF30. I was calling it Sofren, but it's Sofren.
Sofren. And now I'm probably saying it wrong too, but
however you say that, it's the IF30 anyway. This is the Woburn Falcon X1. Now go into the everyday carry torches. This is the Warrior 3S. This is the Woburn L1. And the Warrior Mini 3, and same with that another Warrior Mini 3. This one here is the blue version, and I've got the the clip thing. So it's just so you can put the pocket clip on the back instead of the front. So when I carry it in my pocket, I carry it light down and the tail switch up. Whereas this one here is just the standard black one, and you can't reverse the pocket clip on that unless you get that other plastic thing. So you can only carry it with the lens up, which isn't a bad thing really, because it keeps your metal filings and stuff off your magnets somewhat. Now that's the Acebeam Terminator M2, which has your spot and the flood. So the spot's nearly comparable to these ones, but I'll show you that later. This one here is the Olight Baton 4, and this one's the Woburn X3, and this is the Armitech Wizard C2WR. This is the Olight Perrin 2000. This is another one. These used to be my everyday carry torches years ago as well. This is the lead lens of P3 AFS.
don't turn it on.
And
you'll blind yourself.
Yeah, really blind yourself in that one. And these ones here are the Olight I1R2 Pros. So just a green and an orange one and a blue one. This one here is these are like the camping lights, and also these two are also backup power banks as well if you want them. This one here is the Olanzon Classic 2 Pro, This one here's the O-Lantern Mini, and this one here's a Wubin one. It's the Wubin. It's the F5. So, anyway, that's the range. I have got other ones here that they're not here with me at the moment, but I think my wife's away at the moment, so I think she's got some with her.
It sort of turned into find every torch you can get and whack it on the table.
Also, I've got the O-Pen too.
Oh,
The O-Pen Pro. I should have out here.
Should be in with that
Should
class
be in
probably.
there,
Anyway, we have sort of categorised them. So this is more the spot.
yeah.
That was red. Well, we're
Red,
going
that
to
one's
mostly.
That
One's got
three
three
pills,
functions, but it was going to go with the reds anyway. They're
Yeah.
sort of
They're the big throwers.
yeah.
Big floodlights. They're the everyday carries from here that way. Those two are like headlamp, but you can use them everyday carries as well, like just right angle torches. Whereas this one, this Wubin L1 sort of falls into that category too. It's sort of a bit of both. And these are your keyring ones.
Yeah.
They're your campings, sort of camping light type ones. So anyway, well, enough
Chit chat. Just
chit
get
chat.
some light going.
We'll turn the lights off here and show you how they perform out in the dark. Yeah, just turn the lights off. We need some torches here or something.
Yeah,
I
I
think.
know. It's just the problem is.
So there's your camping lights. That's your O-Lantern Classic 2 Pro. This one here's your O-Lantern Mini, which is not a bad little one, but you can actually turn it to a red light as well. So if I just turn that off, you just got a little one there, but so it's pretty bright. And here's your Wubin one, so you can
Which that one you can also use as a battery pack as well.
yeah.
Oh,
so
and you
got,
can for the O light.
You got different light colours as well, so you can change
Warm light.
warm or medium, whatever. So I might just sit that over here so I can actually see. You can sort of get a bit of a view. It's also got a tripod 1/4 thread in the bottom of it.
One of them off the side and one of them probably over this side.
Okay, we're just going to start off with some of these keyring torches to start with. Well, you
I can shine them for
you
you.
shine them for me.
That's on a low setting, which you can't really even see. It's the high setting.
Yeah, so you can see the garden out there. I'll just turn that one off a bit. There.
So it's not,
Shines out to the garden. Not too bad. If you get this one here is the
do a comparison with it.
lead Lanza. And so it's a spot
Or
where
if
you
you
can.
turn that one off.
So it's
yeah.
not too bad a torch for
Probably-
if you want to see just in front of you, but
Go. Oh, I was going to say goes
little-
further, but not really.
the little I1R2s from Olight still put out more light output.
Well, it's a more usable light
Yeah.
too.
Well, you can focus that one back. That one focuses.
Oh, does it? Yep.
Yeah. Sort of slide focus that lead Lensa uses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
But it's still not really usable, or not as usable, I
No.
should say.
definitely not.
Righto, then we'll bring out the headlamps. This one here's a Perrin 2000, and Ben's got the Army Tech Wizard C2 WR.
Yep.
So there you go. This one here is a cool white, and Wizard. Yeah, go to the brightest one.
Which one's that? That
Yeah,
one.
that's the brightest. So it's also got a red light in it as well.
How do you switch to the red
Double
light?
click it.
Oh,
Just press and hold, and that goes to your. Yeah,
which is not a bad red light.
it's a pretty bright red light, really.
So what we'll do when we go to the red lights, we'll actually crack that one out just
Yeah.
as a comparison with the red lights.
Actually, I've also got my Olight, the Ray 2 Pro headlamp as well.
Yeah.
So that there is your turbo. So the Olight,
I think the
Olight
O-light's
one
brighter.
is actually brighter
The O-light's brighter.
than Army Tech one.
Yep.
So I think we'll give that one to the Olight, even though I do nearly prefer using the Armitech one over the Olight. I like the switch a lot better, being on the side rather than on the end. Anyway, we'll move
And both
along.
those ones, they're the ones that clip on to the head.
Yeah, you got
the
a
head
headlamp part for
yeah,
them too.
headlamp part.
So this one here is the Woburn X3.
I'll let you
And
take that one because I don't know how to turn it on.
see, it's got the screen and stuff in the top here, so it's not focusing on the camera, but that's on low, only putting out 1 lumen. You can go up to, it's 100 and should be 150 lumens, and if you double click it, it goes to 700 lumens, so it's not too bad a little torch.
And you can compare that one with the, what was this, the Baton
The Baton 4,
4 it
yeah.
was, yeah, in its
Yeah.
case. So
So it's got a little charging case as well. This one has a charging case. It's in the other room. I didn't bring it out here, but so these have both got charging cases, both very similar size. This one here's probably slightly bigger.
Hmm.
If I can remember to put it in the camera. So this one here it does only go to 700 lumens, where that one I think goes to about 12 or 1300. I think off the top
Yeah,
of my
right.
head.
That's
So this
that's the setting 3.
This
and
is the Woburn X3, and that there is that's the
Baton
4 from Olight.
yeah, not a bad light actually.
Yeah,
Considering the size, like in your hand, it's very little,
yeah,
and it's got a fair bit of throw still.
yeah. So moving up, might turn that one on just to shed a bit more light on the situation. Now this one here's the Ace Beam. It's always a bit awkward to use. I find that's so there you go. That's your brighter setting on the spread light, and then you can flick the switch. Hey Ben, just grab the Javelot Mini from over there.
Right. I'll put those
and
down
we'll
for a minute.
compare.
Javelot Mini.
Yep, that one, green one. And so this is the Ace Beam, the Javelot Mini's on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is slightly tighter spot and probably gets a little bit better distance.
That's the Javelot Mini.
On the
That'll do
Javelot
that,
Mini.
yep.
So, but this one here for an everyday carry torch, it's not too bad. I just
But
find
we could put that one against probably either one of these.
Go
They're
to
both
Warrior
the
Mini
same.
3.
So that's turbo on these, or that's turbo
Yeah.
mode, bright as it'll go. So
Yeah.
you can do your focus it in on the.
So that's turbo on the Terminator M2. So this one
And then a
definitely
spot
doesn't
on
get
the
the
other one?
distance. If you get the spot,
Yeah, probably outdoes it.
it outdoes the Warrior Mini 3.
Yeah.
But I find on the Terminator M2, as I said in the review, that button is a bit awkward to use, I find. So these are the 2 Warrior Mini 3s,
That's the
and
other one.
they're not a bad, they're brilliant little torches. I carry that one with me every day,
Likewise.
and Ben does as well. So this one here is the Woburn L1 torch. So anyway, we'll get it out.
And I think I had that one sitting next to the Warrior 3S.
Yeah,
That's the Warrior 3S
from Olight.
from Olight.
So this is the Woburn L1 on this side with the spot, and the Warrior 3S, so it's got a little bit tighter spot than the Warrior 3S, but then if I turn the spot off and turn your
Flood on, I'll
Flood
turn
on.
this off.
there we go, that's the floodlight on the thing. You can actually have them both on together. Yes, but anyway, that's that torch. And this is the Warrior.
That was the Warrior.
We're comparing it with the Warrior the Warrior 3S.
Yeah.
So that's actually my son Henry's torch, that one.
It sits-
Put it here. Now we'll start in our throwers.
Or did you want to do reds first?
Oh yeah, do the red ones
We'll
first.
do reds first before we.
So these two here are pretty much both the same torch, but they've got that one that Ben's holding is it's got different modes, so it's got your strobe and your high and low. This one here is just on and off red, and there's no modes on it. But
This one's very square.
they're only sort of
Focus
$20 torches off eBay 10 years ago when I bought them or more. So they're not a bad little torch, running 18650 battery. But if we compare that one, go use that
This
one,
one?
Ben. And this one here is the Z Vision JP303, I'm pretty sure, from Eagle Eye Hunting Gear. And so we'll just use it there, and it's a far brighter.
I
Red
think
light.
that one can focus up a bit more yet. Can't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. See, it's hard holding the camera. Just hang on to the camera for a second. So I can screw the head of the torch here, if you can see that.
Yeah.
You can
See.
screw the head of the torch, and that widens your spot out, or tightens it up. So you can see then there, I can see there's a tree down there quite clearly at about 300 metres. There's a power pole that's about 280 metres, and I can see there's cattle or something, there's a few eyes shining the other side of the power pole there. So there is still a bit of a misty rain about, so it's probably limiting our view a little bit.
And you got the dimmer at the back.
Yeah, so you got a dimmer switch at the back here, so I can turn that and it dims it right down, or makes it brighter. And then you got your side knob here, you just turn that so that goes to your white. So there you go, I can see that tree down there at nearly 300 metres, not too bad. Or I can turn it to green as well. And yeah, so that actually picks up those cattle eyes quite nicely down there, even on the white.
It's a warmer white light too.
Yeah, it is. It's not as white as some of the other torches we'll show you in a minute. But there you go. It's quite a usable. It's good for picking up eye shine with the red, especially with the predator eyes.
And that's versing the other little torch,
so the Z Vision one definitely eats
well
that
and
one for
truly,
breakfast. Okay, we'll move on to the next line. We've got the throwers.
We'll do a couple floods and that's out of the road, and we're just finished with our throwers.
So
now this one's not properly charged either.
Yeah, so it would normally be a fair bit brighter than that. But anyway, we'll go with what it is. This one here, that one's a Sofrin IF30. This one here is the Falcon X1. So it's charged and it just floods up. It lights everything up. And whereas the IF30, that's in the flood. You can switch it now to a spot, so you can see out.
Not quite to
that tree real good. Probably, what would your limit be? About 200 metres at the most, 150 metres.
That's a more
for to actually see an animal, probably.
Yeah.
Then you can actually change it to flood and spot. So there's your full 12,000 lumens. Well, it's probably not quite that at the moment because the battery's
it's probably
not
fair
charged.
bit under that. So.
Whereas this one here is charged, and it's just
very bright.
Very, very bright. You could see through to China with that one. Righto, now we'll start on to our throwers.
So
this is probably going to be a bit of a long-winded video, but anyway, bear with us.
This is the Infraray.
It's the Infraray one, so
I think that's as
bright as it goes.
And I'll compare it straight away with the little
the CV Life torch.
The CV Life torch. And the CV Life torch is definitely brighter.
It is
and
definitely
that
brighter.
Also has the little laser in it.
Yeah. We did stick some different batteries in there, but which makes it probably a bit better the better batteries you got. But you're still fairly limited to with what you can. You probably at 50 metres is your sort of maximum usable range.
Yeah.
So
I'll turn that one off. And
then we
it's-
go to compare that CV Life with this one. This is just a cheap $20 one off eBay.
And that has
Turn
some-
your laser off maybe.
Yeah.
Might make it a bit. And so there you go. So there, those two are
very
fairly comparable.
circles about the same.
Yeah, I'd say this one.
This one's a little bit brighter. That's
Yeah.
the eBay one.
But the batteries, I find, aren't lasting very good at all in the CV Life one. They just dim off very quickly. So like even now, it's not as not as bright as it was before.
No, that's correct. Yeah.
So anyway, it could be just the fault of the batteries, but I find, see, the CV Life is about $100 torch, and this one here off eBay is about $20, and I would still nearly go with that one over the other one. So then we step up a notch. We'll go to the Claris. This is the XT12 GT Pro, and now I'll put the Javelot tack beside it. So it's a
I like the beam of that Javelin
Yeah.
tack. It's just a nice spot.
very defined spot.
It's like looking through glass versus
Yeah.
perspex or something.
Yeah. So there's it's still not a bad torch, that one. Like I'd say, it's probably nearly comparable with the
You can see
spot
the cow eyes out there.
on the IF 30.
Yeah. Close
it's
to,
very-
probably slightly further, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly tighter spot.
Yeah.
So that's a Sofin IF 30 spot beam in that. And the Claris XT12
at
GT
about
Pro.
quarter charge.
Yeah, that one's not charged. So these two here, the Javelot Tac and the Javelot Mini, are both pretty much the same. So they're both,
They're both very, very.
very identical, pretty much identical torch, just different bodies on them.
If you want to make your beam a bit wider, you just get 4 or 5 of these and put them all together. And then you get
Make
a
them more
light bar.
brighter too, focus them all in the one spot. Now this one here is the Javelot Olight Javelot that I did a review on the other week. So
Yeah.
to compare it
With
with the
the
Javelot, the Javelot Mini, they're very comparable as well. The Javelot has a slightly tighter spot and not quite as distinct in the edge, so it probably has a bit more spill. And
they're both fairly similar
yeah,
light quality though when it gets out there.
yeah. So the only advantage of the Javelot over the Javelot Tac or the Javelot Mini is the battery capacity, because it's got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery in the Javelot, and the other one's only got a 2,040 milliamp hour. So there's a big difference there in the battery size, but how they compare size wise, to even get the length of them, they're not that much different in length.
And I think the head size is
The
about
head
the
size
same.
is about the same too,
Yeah.
so they're virtually the same torch and just different bodies, and that one's got a bigger battery. Then we step up to this is the Warrior X4
Versing
versing the Olight Javelot.
and you can see a lot more lights coming
Yeah.
out of that.
So that the Warrior X4 has about 2,400 lumens or something, 2,600 maybe. I think it might be 2,600 lumens. When the other one's only got putting out about 1,350 or something like that.
You
off
can
the top
easily
of my
see
head.
the power pole out there, cows, in both of these. The Javelot actually,
I think the
Javelot's
Javelot's
probably
got
a
little bit more
more
distance on it.
legs. But the Warrior X4 probably
Has a lot more light and
Usable
more
light?
spill.
more usable light
Yeah,
for like if you're using it on.
yeah. But then if we compare the Javelot 4 with the Warrior X Turbo,
You mean the Warrior
Yeah,
X4?
the Warrior X4 with the Warrior X Turbo.
Yep.
There you go. So the Turbo's
Turbo's
a lot tighter spot.
Yeah.
And gets a lot more distance, even though it's only putting out 1,100 lumens.
Yeah, whereas you can get to
Yeah.
the cows, you look at that through there, and then you can see those cows' eyes quite
Yeah.
well. You can see the
I can even
cows
see it
quite
in the
well.
camera.
Yeah. And out there by the power pole, you can distinctly see all that stuff. Whereas if you
So from here,
That
that
tail
power
switch is
pole is
playing.
276 metres, I think, from here to that power pole.
Yeah.
So
and then you just can, yeah.
just for reference, a bit of not useless information, but
And then
anyway,
so the
Warrior
X Turbo versus the
This is
Ace
the L9
Beam.
Ace Beam L19 2.
And this is the one that we've been using in
Yeah.
most of the, or you've been using in most of the videos.
So it's a green light, so it's different to the others, but it's still a very, I find it's nearly more usable light, because I don't know whether it's just the green light, it seems to cut through.
Seems to almost pick up the cow's eyes a little bit better than what the white light does.
Yeah, but one thing I find, it's hard to distinguish eye colours with the green light, because I saw a dog with it and cats the other night, and they all look like just green eyes. They aren't quite the same to look at as you used to be able to nearly identify an animal by the colour of its eyes, but
It makes black stand out, or
Yeah.
even red, because they're the Herefords down there, so they...
yeah. So I'll just zoom in to there, so you can see those cattle down there. It's having trouble focusing on them, but when you put the green light on them, I can see them quite clearly.
Whereas white light,
As a white light, it's not quite as clear.
yeah,
The green
definitely
seems
green.
to cut through all the noise in the air a bit better, I think.
Yeah,
So
both of them are heating up a
anyway,
little
then
bit
we got this is the Ace Beam T27. So we'll put the two Ace Beams head to head, and so one's a white and one's a green.
The green's still more usable.
Still cuts in further, even though the T27's got a bigger head on it. How does the Warrior X Turbo compare with the T27? So the Warrior
warmer
X
white-
Turbo's got a bit finer beam.
Yeah, a bit of
tighter
a
beam.
bit of a tighter beam.
Bit whiter. A cooler
It
temperature.
is a
colour
cooler.
temperature.
But it doesn't make a whole lot of difference in the spotting.
So they're very, very comparable. The Ace Beam one's probably got more spill.
Yeah,
It still gets the same distance, so there's probably a little bit more output, I think. I think it's about 1300 lumens or something, I think.
Yep.
It puts out. Then we got
we'll
my
do the
good
Ace
old
Beam.
faithful, the Javelot Turbo.
Yeah.
So it's my go-to spotlight. So it just has the legs on it there, reaches out a long way. Probably
No
very
problems.
similar to the Ace Beam L19. So they've probably got both very similar distance, I find.
I reckon the Javelot's got a bit further distance on it.
Yeah, it makes it easier to see more detail out further because of the colour of the light too, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. they're
It's a bit of a tighter beam.
yeah, very similar though. But it's got a bigger head, I think. It's like a bigger reflector,
Slightly,
Slightly
yes.
bigger.
Slightly.
but also a lot more, like twice the size of the batteries. It's got two 21700 in the built-in battery pack, whereas the L19's only got one. So the runtime on the Javelot Turbo will be much more.
And the Ace Beam's heating up a fair bit.
Yeah.
But it has just been used.
So
And
anyway,
then there's also, we can do that one versus its little mini one.
yeah. So like
There's not a whole
the
lot
Javelot
difference in them.
Turbo versus the Warrior X Turbo.
Just distance.
Yeah.
Got the legs on it.
So the Javelot Turbo has a 1300 lumens and 1300 metres of throw they advertise, as the Javelot Turbo has a 1,000 metre throw with 1100 lumens. So
yeah,
they're very, very comparable as well. But the
Their
Turbo,
spots
the
are-
Javelot Turbo has just got it by
got the legs
it's just got an extra leg or two.
or two, and the beams are are very compatible actually.
Yeah,
You're just more light coming out of one than the other,
yeah,
and obviously that one will run for probably twice as long,
yeah.
and that's it.
Okay, so just to conclude,
After a
This
very
is-
long-winded
it's a
thing,
very long-winded video, but anyway,
36 torches, no,
32 torches here
in all.
on the table. Actually, one thing, I've got to get another one. We missed these two. So here we got this is the O-Bulb MC. This one here is just the original old O-Bulb. And this one here is the O-Bulb Pro. And this one is the O-Pen 2. No, the O-Pen Pro. So it's got your light in the clip and also a green laser pointer in the end of the pen. So also a very nice pen to use. So there we go. That's a lot of torches.
Well, now I'm right. 36 torches.
So yeah. So anyway, now that I've got a few extras here, and it's not really worth comparing them outside here. Those ones are more into this camping category. That one's probably more into this like a pocket keyring gimmicky type stuff. But yeah. There's also another one which I'm just forget it. It's a desk light.
There's
so
probably a few more because you did have the Javelot 2.
I
was
did
it
have
Pro?
the Javelot 2 Pro
Yeah, as well.
in here, which I gave away in a giveaway.
In a giveaway. So
And I used to have the Marauder, the Marauder Mini from Olight as well, which is similar to this one, which I've given away as well, and with a number of other ones. So anyway, so to conclude, we've sort of categorised them, sort of how we think, how they compare. So we've got your two spots, your two big floods here. We got sort of those four there. The high end everyday carries. These ones here are sort of a bit different, ones. They've got multi-functions. Whereas this one you take it out of the case, it's probably actually nearly into the higher end ones, but the battery is limited by its battery capacity.
your battery life is fairly short.
So then you got your little Woburn X3s. Also another one you can rotate your head on as well. So they're sort of like a little category of their own. These two are your
Headlights.
They keep sticking together. They're little lovebirds. And these ones here are just your little pocket keyring torch type things. Your camping lights, with those two being both power banks. You can use them as a power bank options. This one's just like a good little camping light. That one, I would actually even use it for like a studio light type thing because you can change the colour temperature and everything on it.
Get your warm light.
Now these ones here is your red torches. This one here is definitely the best one. So that's the Z Vision JP303 from Eagle Eye Hunting Gear. They sell that one. And so these are the high-end throwers, like the best ones.
Yeah.
Then they drop down to this category here, where these four. This one here is sort of on its own, the Claris one. It
gets into this category, but it's sort of
of
high
in
end
between.
of that category, low end of that category.
Yeah.
As in by amount of light,
Yeah.
how far the beam goes, how usable it is.
It's sort of an in-between those, the lower end and the sort of the mid-range. And these ones here are just sort of like the El Cheapo. They do the job, they put out light so you can...
Yeah, and if you really want a gimmicky thing, it's got a laser in it, this one, so it's kind of
kind of
Kind of
little maybe one up, but the batteries let it down. So
batteries let it down.
especially the ones that came with it, they didn't even work properly.
Yeah.
So
Well,
anyway, that's a basic rundown of it anyway. So
and if you want anything for like a good light, it's the most two for any of your stuff has
hunting
been
ones,
that
yeah.
one and that one.
So yeah, so they're my probably go-to hunting torches: the Javelot Turbo and the Ace Beam L19
Yeah.
Before I got that one, those two were my sort of go-to ones. That one I gave to Ben because I had enough torches and he needed a good torch.
Yeah, and it's been a good torch for
Yeah.
shooting a fair bit of stuff.
So I really like the size of that one. For just sort of, you can carry it around. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's not as long as a Javelot Turbo.
Yeah.
And
for the amount of light that you get out of
Yeah.
it, it's good.
puts a
Still.
good amount of light.
Yeah.
That one there is nearly too big with the bezel. Some other ones which we'd like to get, so Weeb, and maybe if you're listening, like to try your big thrower and just compare it just for a ridiculously bright torch, and also Olight, your X9R, we wouldn't mind giving that one a run too.
Yeah, exactly. Because we thought that'd just top off the last two. You'd have your throwers, then you got just something
Your big
ridiculous,
thrill,
something ridiculous to put
Big
on top, which would be
Floods,
funny.
I mean, sorry. Yeah. So anyway, we'll leave the video at that. Hope you have enjoyed it. We've had a bit of fun doing this, and so hope you got something out of it. I was going to leave some links in the description below for all these, but it's going
You
to be
got
a very long
list.
description. So if you want the links for them, drop me a message in the comments below if you're interested in one of these and you want to know more about it. I've done a review on most of these torches, I'd say. I haven't done a review on that one properly yet, or on the Weebin one, or these cheap ones which I've had for years and don't use anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think I did a review on that one, or those two. So I've done reviews on these ones. I'll just put them all out here on the table, the ones I have done a review on, and I might put them in the description at the bottom.
Yeah.
Actually, that one as well. That one. That one. That one.
You've done a review on that one too.
This one. That one. These two.
Yeah.
And this big one here at the back too. So I'll take all them aside. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So I've done torch reviews on all of
That sort of front
here
row.
we go.
Yeah.
There we go. All that. So it's all these ones have their own little individual review video, plus other ones that I've done which I don't have the torches anymore as I've done giveaways. So
And if you want to know the culprit for this entire video, it was this one here. Basically, we got it out, had a bit of a shine around, fairly disappointed with how far it went, and that was probably mainly due to the fact that the batteries were no good. And the other batteries that we used for it, they're old batteries, they've done a lot of use before. And then we basically just wanted to know which one, for price-wise, the amount of beam, like how far the beam goes, and sort of usability along with it.
Yeah.
And so we just started bringing torches out and comparing them all, and then we're like, well, when you start getting torches out, you might as well just give them all a quick rundown, and it was just a bit of fun.
I love
fun.
torches. I love comparing torches. I love getting new torches to try them and just to compare them against ones that I've got and ones that I'd use a lot. But I probably, the person I can thank for that is for getting me interested in good torches is Brady. So thanks, Brady. If you're watching the video, I can blame you for all this. But anyway, enough chit chat. This video is getting pretty long-winded, but anyway, we've had fun. I hope you have enjoyed it, and yeah, so we'll catch you on the next video.